What is up, besties? Today, we are diving into the absolutely unhinged May 18th updates, where Carly is playing gatekeeper to a federal agent, Curtis is literally losing his mind in public, and Ethan is hiding a massive baby secret. Let's get right into the tea. My jaw is literally on the floor right now. I am sitting here in my bedroom at 3:00 in the morning. My eyes are completely bloodshot, and I am legitimately spiraling out of control over what the writers just dropped on us. Besties, we need to hold a literal intervention right now for half the residents of Port Charles because the absolute chaos that is unfolding is making my blood boil in the best and worst ways possible. If I do not vent this right now, I am going to spontaneously combust. We have rogue WSB agents, secret undercover missions, burned photographs, and a pregnancy reveal that has completely short-circuited my brain. Grab your snacks, lock your doors, and let's get into the absolute madness of this Monday episode. Let's start with the absolute queen of stonewalling, Carly Spencer. Hot take, but I am actually ascending watching Carly handle Ross Cannon. Cannon has officially tracked down Carly operating under the assumption that she is Jason Brennan's last known girlfriend. First of all, the audacity of this man to just show up at Carly's front door like he is selling Girl Scout cookies. Carly tells this dastardly double agent that she has absolutely no idea why he is there, and she has zero desire to talk to him. She is completely shutting him down, and I am here for it. Then we have to look at the actual logistics of this scene because it is pure cinematic comedy. Carly is standing at her front door blocking Colum from entering, and why? Because Valentine Cassadine is literally still hiding out in her attic. I am screaming. Valentine is just up there probably packing around among the old Christmas decorations, while Carly holds off a rogue federal agent at the door. The stakes are astronomically high because we all know the mess Nina created when she accidentally stabbed Brennan with Drew's paralytic poison. Valentine fled to Carly's place, and now she is officially an accomplice to this entire WSB cover-up. Yet the funniest part of this entire interaction is Carly's internal monologue. She is standing there looking at Colum and low-key wishing he had bothered her at Bobby's instead of her house. Why? Because she would have absolutely clobbered him over the head with a serving tray just like she did when she first met Jack Brennan. Literally iconic. I need a flashback to the serving tray incident right now. It is a crying shame that there are no local laws against rogue double agents soliciting information from citizens. Carly is standing her ground protecting her chaotic Cassadine attic dweller and absolutely refusing to give Colum an inch. Wait, let's pivot for a second because I am literally yapping right now, and we need to talk about the Quartermain mansion. Harrison, Chase, and Brooklyn are moving forward with their plans to adopt baby Phoebe, and on the surface, this is the most wholesome content we could ask for. They are sitting there making plans, and Chase tells Brooklyn that they are going to start a deep dive search into Delilah Wilson's past. They want to eliminate any family contenders who might swoop in and try to claim baby Phoebe. It makes sense, right? You want to secure the bag and make sure this adoption goes through without a hitch. But besties, this is Port Charles. Nothing is ever that simple. They have absolutely no earthly idea that they do not have to look any further than Ethan Lovett. Yes, Ethan. My brain is basically a buffering wheel right now because the reveal that Ethan is connected to Delilah Wilson is a total jump scare. Ethan literally took a photo of Delilah, a photo he has been keeping, and burned it when he learned she had died. He burned the evidence. Why is he being so dramatic? Ethan has been casting these lingering angsty glances at baby Phoebe whenever he is near her, but he has made absolutely zero moves to claim her. Mainly, we have to ask ourselves what Ethan is so terrified of. The tea is that Ethan wants to keep his connection to Phoebe a massive secret because he senses danger. Is Ethlay's Ethan the actual father, or does he just know who the father is? And that person is so dangerous that Ethan would rather burn a photograph and walk away than put that baby in the crosshairs. Knowing Ethan's history and the absolute mess that follows the Spencer bloodline, he is definitely protecting Phoebe from some dark underground threat. Maybe it ties back to Jen Sidwell. Maybe it ties to the Cassadines. Either way, Chase and Brooklyn are walking into a literal minefield, and they do not even know it. Let's get back to the actual tea regarding the PCPD and the underground crime world because Justin Turner and Jordan Ashford just dropped a lore bomb. That has me shaking. Justin is meeting with Jordan, giving her some friendly encouragement, and she drops this line. What would it take to get you back in that room? Now, pause. Rewind. We all know Jordan has been recovering from that horrific hit-and-run crash, the one that Brooklyn secretly caused, and Curtis is trying to pin on Isaiah. But the plot twist of the century is that Jordan has been running a self-assigned undercover mission this entire time. Jordan Ashford is Jen Sidwell's right-hand woman. I am literally screaming into the mic. How does this woman have the time, the energy, or the physical stamina to recover from a massive car crash and simultaneously run a deep cover operation inside the organization of the most dangerous man in Port Charles? Justina is fully aware of Jordan's undercover position, which makes Justina even more of a wild card. Justina is currently dating Sonny Corinthos, keeping secrets for him, investigating Isaiah for Curtis. And now she is acting as Jordan's handler. Confidant. Justina is low-key running the entire town right now. No cap. Justina is heavily suggesting that Jordan needs to end this self-assigned mission and come back to the PCPD where she belongs. But will Jordan actually listen? Jordan is so deeply entrenched in her own savior complex that she probably thinks she is the only one who can take Sidwell down. But with Sidwell currently threatening Willow Kane's life over the Drew paralysis situation, Jordan is swimming with absolute sharks. If Sidwell finds out his right-hand woman is a former police commissioner, she is not going to survive the week. Besties, I am terrified for her. Now, let's drift off into a quick storytime rabbit hole about Kelly Sherry. Alexis Davis and Rick Lansing are sitting down together playing nice for the sake of their daughter Molly. Molly is getting ready to go on a massive book tour to promote her new release, and Cody Bell's intending to go with her. I love this for Molly, I really do. But Alexis and Rick cannot just have a normal planning session. Alexis tells Rick that she needs to know if he is going to have an issue with a particular plan she has in mind. Is it just me, or did Alexis completely set a trap for Rick here? It sounds like they are planning a huge send-off celebration party for Molly and Cody before they hit the road. But Alexis intends to invite someone that she is absolutely certain Rick will not get along with. Who is it? Is it Sonny? Because Rick and Sonny literally just had a standoff where Sonny held Rick at gunpoint over the Ava Jerome art situation. Or is it someone else from Rick's messy past? They are sitting there trying to figure it out, but I have zero faith that Rick and Alexis can stay on the same page without it turning into a screaming match. It is going to be a disaster, and I will be seated with popcorn for every single second of it. Okay, wait. I need to take a deep breath because we are about to talk about the Metro Court Gardens scene, and I am actually about to lose my mind. I need us all to collectively hold hands. Because the cringe and the rage I felt watching this play out was off the charts. Curtis has officially crossed the line from concerned citizen to absolute unhinged territorial villain, and I am sick of it. Here is the setup. Isaiah Gannon and Portia Robinson are sitting together at a table in the Metro Court Gardens and Besties. Portia is pregnant. He has a pregnant tummy. When did this happen? How far along is she? My brain is literally exploding with questions. Isaiah reaches over and puts his hand on Portia's pregnant tummy. He is probably just being sweet. Maybe Portia invited him to feel the baby kick, right? It is a tender moment between two people who have been through absolute hell lately. Then out of nowhere, Curtis Ashford spots them. Curtis sees Isaiah's hand on Portia's belly, and he completely loses his mind. He stands there in the middle of the fancy, high-class Metro Court Gardens and shouts across the entire room, "Take your hands off of my child." I am literally gagging. The second hand. Embarrassment is fatal. Curtis is enraged. He is fuming. He is storming over there like an absolute maniac. Besties, we need to talk about how incredibly toxic and self-entitled Curtis is being right now. He is going way, way, way overboard being this territorial over a fetus. And the absolute kicker, we do not even know for sure if Curtis is the baby daddy. The prompt literally says whether he's the baby daddy or not, which means paternity is totally up in the air. Could be Isaiah's baby, it could be Curtis's, but Curtis is out here claiming ownership and screaming at a man in public like he owns Portia's body. Let's really break down the hypocrisy here. Would Curtis have the same words for a male obstetrician checking Portia's pregnancy progress in an examining room at General Hospital? Would he barge into the ultrasound room and scream at the doctor to take his hands off his child? No, 'cause he is using this pregnancy as an excuse to bully Isaiah. Curtis already hates Isaiah. Curtis is the one who pointed Ada Jordan Turner toward Isaiah as a suspect for Jordan's hit and run, completely framing him for a crime that Brooklyn Quartermain actually committed. Curtis has been trying to ruin Isaiah's life for weeks, and now he is using Portia's pregnancy to assert dominance. How does Portia even deal with this level of rage and territorialism? Portia is sitting there pregnant, hormonal, trying to have a nice afternoon, and her ex-husband, current nightmare, is screaming across the restaurant. She might actually do well to take out a literal restraining order against this self-entitled bully. I am so serious. Right now, Curtis has always had massive control issues, especially when it came to Portia keeping the secret about Trina's paternity. He felt betrayed, and he has never let it go. Now he is projecting all of that past trauma onto this new baby, treating Portia like she is his property. It is giving major red flags, and I need Portia to stand up and put him in his place. Hot take, but Curtis is completely fumbling the bag on his own redemption arc. You cannot go around framing innocent doctors for hit and runs and then scream at them in public over a baby that might not even be yours. Isaiah has been nothing but defensive and resolute about his innocence, and now he has to deal with Curtis trying to physically intimidate him at lunch. It is too much. The writers are pushing Curtis into straight-up villain territory, and I am honestly here for the drama, but my blood is boiling for Portia. So, let's recap this absolute fever dream of an episode. Carly is guarding her attic like a dragon hoarding gold because Valentin is up there hiding from a rogue WSB agent that Carly wants to hit with a tray. Ethan Lovett is burning photographs and dodging fatherhood because he is terrified of some invisible danger stalking baby Phoebe. Jordan Ashford is living a double life as a crash victim and a mob boss's right-hand woman while Justine begs her to come back to the light. Alexis and Rick are planning a party that is destined to end in tears. And Curtis Ashford is screaming at pregnant women and innocent doctors in the middle of a fine dining establishment. I am exhausted. I am exhilarated. I am literally shaking. This show is firing on all cylinders right now, and I do not know how we are going to survive the rest of the week. Besties, I need you to flood the comments right now.